Hey there everyone, this is Mike. I review supplements, and after over a decade's worth of experimenting on over hundreds of supplements, I'm going to share with you the worst supplements that men could take. And this is not just based on supplements being ineffective and wasting money. It's more so the fact that you would expect a specific benefit and it to have horrible side effects that would actually ruin the whole experience. So with each supplement, I'm going to talk about the benefits that they may provide and why they're marketed, as well as their cons and why I feel this way. And this is not just based on my personal experience, but mostly anecdotes out there. Unfortunately, with a lot of these supplements, there isn't as much research as we'd hope for that can back their effectiveness or side effects. And this is in no specific order, with the first supplement being yohimbine. Yohimbine is actually marketed as a product that can help with fat loss. It can also help with sexual function and help with libido. Some individuals actually believe it can give you somewhat of a testosterone boost. Now, I've actually used yohimbine and I enjoy the supplement, though I understand that this is to be taken very, very carefully, and it's not to be taken occasionally. It's to be taken rarely on those specific circumstances, because it does have the actual neat impact on helping you with fat loss, specifically like targeting those stubborn body fat areas. For men, that's usually our lower back area as well as our thighs. But the reason why this is probably the worst supplement that you would want to take is because it comes with it a lot of anxieties. Often you'll experience getting heart palpitations. You really have to research and understand this supplement entirely and what it does, because it works in a fast state only. If you take it when you're not fasted, you're setting yourself up for just the negative side effects without any of the benefits. And as per this anecdote here, one individual mentioned how bad the anxiety was and giving them painful nighttime erections. And I can definitely confirm it does increase your anxiety levels, though with yohimbine, I found it like somewhat of a productive anxiety. You're not necessarily anxious like in your head. You're just slightly more nervous. You might be nail biting, but it also at the same time acts as a stimulant, which often can result in you being a little bit more motivated to go ahead and finish your tasks. Whereas most individuals are not really using yohimbine for productivity. They're using it for gym performance, specifically with fat loss. But as per a couple anecdotes here, one user mentioned that they felt like their heart was going to pound out of their chest. They were sweating so hard and they couldn't breathe right. And another individual mentioned that they were taking it before workouts and they decided to stop because they had a panic attack in the gym. And that's actually how it feels. Your heart feels uneasy. I would never take yohimbine before a weightlifting session. I do use it sometimes when I'm doing like steady state cardio. Again, if I just want to lose those last few pounds. And I've talked more about the supplement in this video over here. The next supplement, and this may be controversial, but it's L-theanine. I feel that L-theanine is horribly overrated. And I think most experienced users of L-theanine understand that sure, L-theanine does something, but it's so inconsistent that users had realized they're actually better off taking their caffeine without the L-theanine, because it's nice knowing you can ingest a supplement and know what it's going to do for you. Although with L-theanine, the effects are so inconsistent. So the reason why individuals actually use L-theanine is to help them maintain a state of calmness, of peace. They often accompany it with their caffeine ingestion to mitigate some of those side effects that come with caffeine, such as the anxiousness, such as the energy crash. And L-theanine definitely does that. I noticed that when I ingest caffeine along with my L-theanine, I don't feel as wired. I get nice and alert, yet at the same time, it's not over the top. And your state is a lot more smoother rather than it being a roller coaster. But that also takes away somewhat from the experience. Like, I enjoy that caffeine can give me this euphoria. Now, that's blunted by the use of L-theanine. Sometimes when I use L-theanine with my caffeine, I still feel productive. But a lot of the times I'll use L-theanine, I'll feel in a worse mood. My mind will be completely blank and I won't know what to focus on. I feel like a little bit of a trance, like a drowsiness effect. Unfortunately, L-theanine is actually one of the supplements that does have a lot of research just backing its effectiveness with cognition, with things like memory, learning, thinking, though we've yet to really see any research done on just how effective L-theanine is with respect to productivity as a whole. Like, if you were to take L-theanine every single day, sure, you may be sharper for an hour, but likely your work ethic would be somewhat compromised and you wouldn't be as willing to do as much work as you typically would have. And often users of L-theanine report feeling angry, feeling irritable, feeling like the smallest thing seems to set them off. We can see a few anecdotes on this. One individual mentioned that L-theanine makes me angry. Somebody else mentioned they're rarely an angry person, but L-theanine makes me more noticeably prone to getting frustrated and angry over little things. And one user mentioned, it just made me feel dumb. And that's really how it feels with L-theanine. Like, your mind goes blank, you're a little bit in a brain fog. Again, this isn't all the time, but it's the fact that this supplement is so inconsistent that you're going to be better off using a supplement where you can predict what your state will be there afterwards. The next supplement that men may want to consider avoid taking is green tea extract. I used to ingest green tea extract, then I stopped because of some of the associated side effects. Now I just drink a couple of cups of green tea every single day for its antioxidant properties. But this supplement is especially powerful. As a matter of fact, it's been said that capsules of green tea extract are equivalent to 7 or 8 cups of green tea, which makes it good in the sense of you're getting the antioxidant benefits. But what about the side effects? So the benefits of green tea extract are quite extensive, from fat loss to helping with anti-aging to skin health and so much more. The side effects really are quite severe, or even if you drink green tea in a fasted ketosis state. Often it's accompanied by feeling awful afterwards, and your blood pressure really drops significantly. And if you're an individual like myself that often gets lower blood pressure during the day, perhaps if you intermittent fast, you may be more susceptible to feeling this way. You feel more brain fog, you feel very tired, you feel somewhat lethargic, but it's only for you to decide if the pros do outweigh the cons. And there's a lot of talk about green tea ingestion or green tea extract potentially decreasing testosterone levels. Now, I don't believe that to be true, and we've not found any research saying that green tea or the mechanism of action somehow can decrease testosterone levels, but it's something you want to be mindful of when you're ingesting the supplement or drinking the tea. And the few side effects you also want to be somewhat mindful of are liver toxicity. There's talk about that, as well as stomach problems, iron absorption, interactions with other prescriptions, and of course insomnia, because green tea extract does often have a little bit of caffeine content, but not much, usually like 20 to 30 milligrams, which is less than half a cup of coffee. The next supplement that men would want to consider avoiding is kratom. Kratom is often used for improving productivity, helping with anxiety, helping giving a bit more peace of mind during the day, and it's like your baseline mood is somewhat improved. So during the whole course of the day, you're just in a better mood all the time, which obviously makes it horribly addicting, and that's probably the reason why you would not want to ingest kratom, because individuals often build up a tolerance to the supplement that they have to keep on using it, they have to use more of it, and quitting kratom seems to be very difficult. As a matter of fact, there is an entire subreddit that's dedicated to quitting kratom, with users helping each other out. We know that peer support, especially when you're getting off of some sort of addiction, is obviously very powerful in helping you get off a supplement. I'm fortunately one of the individuals that maybe isn't so sensitive to kratom. I've tried a lot of different kinds. I didn't personally find it was doing too much for me, but a lot of people believe otherwise and believe it's a very powerful supplement, which I'm sure it could have its uses. Although if the addiction potential is there and you're using a supplement to artificially improve your mood, what's the point? There's probably no point unless you're somebody that is going through some sort of traumatic experience and perhaps you have to just use this supplement to get through whatever you're going through. Then perhaps it can make sense, but individuals are better off using other supplements like ashwagandha, which I've talked about in this video over here, as ashwagandha is a healthy supplement and can help with some of the same benefits, like help with levels of stress and levels of anxiety. There's a little discussion around kratom not being healthy for your liver, although this is still early research and I'll keep you updated with it. The next supplement men would want to consider avoid using is actually a very popular one, and this may be somewhat controversial. It's melatonin, and the reason individuals use melatonin is for helping them to get less sleep, so that doesn't really sound healthy, the fact that you're ingesting a supplement that may help you feel just fine having, say, 4 to 5 hours of sleep. And where melatonin is often used is when individuals are jet lagged, and perhaps it can be somewhat effective that way, although you may also want to be aware of some of the side effects and understand that melatonin is actually a hormone. It's never really a good idea or a safe idea to ingest a hormone and take your natural melatonin levels off track, but very often you'll actually ingest melatonin with the expectation that you may have a better sleep, and that it does the complete opposite. So it doesn't allow you to have a restful sleep. Often when I ingest melatonin, sometimes I have a good sleep, I'm fine the next day, but more often what will happen is I'll ingest melatonin, I'll wake up earlier than I'd like to, and it sets me up for drowsiness the next day. So maybe I'll consume 1 milligram of melatonin, which is fine, and I'll expect to get 6 hours of sleep, but it ends up that I'll wake up after 4 hours, and then I'm just in bed wishing that I hadn't had taken the melatonin because I can't get a proper sleep. One user mentioned that they're a poor sleeper, so they tried melatonin, they took 5 milligrams and they were up all night, and they tried it a few nights later and they had the exact same issue. So my advice for you would be, if you didn't have a good melatonin experience, don't be like this user here and give up on the supplement. You may want to consider trying it from a different brand, perhaps trying a different form of melatonin. Perhaps you can try a smaller dosage, or you can go ahead and try the extended release, because I do feel that melatonin is a very unique supplement in the fact that it's not that unhealthy at the end of the day. You just have to find the right strategy around how you may want to consider using it. And I've talked more about the alternatives to melatonin if you want something safer in this video over here. And if you're wondering about other supplements that can compromise your testosterone levels or even decrease them, I would say that you're over concerned about it. There's very few supplements, if any, that do have solid research showing that can in fact decrease levels of testosterone. Yet this is a question that I get asked very often. Mike, does this supplement decrease your testosterone levels? No. In fact, a lot of these supplements which you think may decrease your testosterone levels may actually help you to have more testosterone, because they may do something like reduce your cortisol levels. We know that having chronically high cortisol levels is not good for your testosterone levels. And the other supplement, or more of a supplement blend that you would want to consider avoiding, would be fat burners. Fat burners are often containing a proprietary blend, meaning you don't know what you're ingesting, and the nutrition facts may tell you the ingredients, but they won't tell you the serving size. And this is a problem because often they're overloaded with stimulants unnecessarily, because when you ingest stimulants, what happens is you do have an increase of your basal metabolic rate, so you burn more calories, though there is a cost to that, because often when you get off the stimulant, you don't feel as good. Sometimes they'll contain ingredients which may allow you to shed a bit more more water, so you believe you're losing fat when you're just losing water, and then it makes it such that you're using a fat burner and you're feeling worse, and at the same time you're wasting time expecting that it's going to do something different for you. When you're better off with some supplements like caffeine to increase your metabolism, perhaps 5-HTP with helping to blunt your appetite, and some green tea. Those supplements I found especially effective for fat loss. What supplement would you add to this extensive list? I'd love to know in the comments section below. Do subscribe if you found the video informative, and if you want to chat with me one-on-one, you can contact me on Patreon or in my Instagram DMs, and be sure to visit our Discord server. We have a 24/7 chat room. We're having a whole lot of fun. I thank you for your support and look forward to seeing you next time.